For Coach, Coach, Coach Manqoba, Mngqithi. Coach, thank you for your time. 90 minutes defeats against Chiefs. Your thoughts?
Uh, Good evening to everyone. Uh, I think the game came out the way we anticipated it. We knew the first 20 minutes we would suffer because they would try to push for an early goal and they pushed. I think the boys suffered and collectively we were fortunate to come out of that stint without conceding a goal. But I think after 22, 23 minutes, that's when I changed the shape a little bit and swapped the eights uh, and our pressing structure. Then we gained momentum of the game. I think we finished the half on a very good note, got a very good big chance that I think could have yielded something for us. Unfortunately, not to bury it. Got into the second half. I think second half we had a very dominant performance. Looked like the team that we are trying to build with a lot of very, very intricate and very good football actions. Created what I think was a clear penalty, in my opinion. But in South Africa, maybe are different, but I think it was a clear penalty. And from there, we had to dig deeper. Unfortunately, we lost two key players in Keenan Phillips and Ndlovu. Then we had to reshuffle and I had to take my best central midfielder at the time, which was Manqoba, and had to play him at right back because of the speed of the opposition. And now we had to reshuffle the midfield, which I think worked also well because Rana came in and played well. But in a game of football where clear decisions should be taken and they are not taken, you suffer the consequences of not defending well because I think the goal they scored, the left back could have put a little bit of pressure. The eight could have forced the opponent to go backwards instead of playing the forward pass. The opposite fullback could have come inside a little bit earlier to close the line towards Flavio, and we considered that goal. But I think the boys still fought, and we lost the match. But to be honest with you, I'm not hurt. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take thanks for the and, Evening, Coach. Hard luck on the result today. In terms of like the atmosphere, I remember 2 weeks ago against Richards Bay, you mentioned that the atmosphere against Sweden is somewhat destabilized your team and your approach in terms of on the pitch. Um, was it somewhat similar today, especially in the first half? Do you think your players were a little bit startled with the atmosphere somewhat similar to the first game?
I don't remember saying the atmosphere made the team to start. What I remember is the mistakes we made created a little bit of anxiety on the team because we we started now to play on the back foot and two mistakes in succession that resulted into those goals have made the team to be edgy for the longest of time and we have won and played well. We have developed very good character in the group. They are working very hard. They are suffering together. But we have not played the football that I thought we can play. And today I think we showed glimpses of what I think the team is capable of. And we are beginning to settle, probably at the back of the points that we got. We are beginning to see a bit of confidence coming out, and I, I'm very optimistic that going forward we can only improve from here.
Good evening, Coach. I'm not sure the result. Coach, even in a result like this loss, there's always things you take out which are sort of positives. course. One of the incidents which I saw was deep in referee social time. You forced Chiefs into a corner, which showed that the team kept on playing despite the fact of the situation. Is that one of the things that you take out of this matches as sort of positives?
Man, I think the whole second half, in my opinion, we showed the intent. And any time when I thought it was the breaking point, uh, Ndlovu had gained so much momentum, then we lost him. And I think at that time, that's where I started to get worried because I knew I had to try something that is untested but intentionally because I wanted youngsters. I always want youngsters to play these matches because if you play not so good against a big team, and if you play very well against a big team, you know from there I can play any other match in the league, and that's why I took some decisions to try and see what I can get. But the truth is, I think the second half we really played the football that, in fact, the last maybe 20 minutes of the first half and the second half, I think the team really showed its character, balance, and shape, and the football that we are intending to play.
Coach, I'm not going to lose. Coach, just want to take you back to 2019-2020. It was a similar season where it had breaks, but it was forced on 2019-2020 due to COVID-19. Looking at the way the team started, could we expect a similar season like we saw in 2019-2020 where it can be decided on the last game of the season? Since you've spoken about this before the season comes, this will be a season for everyone to fight for this challenge.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm impressed with how the league looks like because I like competition. I like the contest. I like each and every coach to dig a little bit deeper to try and transform his team so that we can see the improvement of the players, the improvement of the teams, and when there is no clear front runner, I think it makes the competition and the contest a little bit interesting. And uh, I'm personally I'm very interested, and I think this one can come with a lot of surprises, and I like it like this.
We'll take the last of the colleagues.
Good evening, Coach. You mentioned that you felt you were deserving of a penalty, and the decision obviously didn't go your way. So, in a game where the results are the difference is just one goal, how frustrating is it for, especially for a coach, where the results determine your future and your team? How frustrating is it when such games are decided on moments like that? Obviously, from your perspective, as you felt that you deserved of a penalty.
I wouldn't want to use the incident of the penalty as the deciding factor because I also think we could have scored. The shot that Jobe got in that counter attack, that was a very good chance. The cross that was played by Uskrishi for Udion that hit the upright was another very good chance. And if you take such, uh, then the penalty becomes an added goal in what you would have created. The only sad thing is that sometimes when you look at these decisions of penalties and free kicks and fouls in the PSL, I don't think we are winning much without VAR. I don't think we are winning much. We can say whatever we want to say because uh, without VAR we are a little bit exposed because decisions are taken and we move on. Nobody talks. It's golden arrows, by the way. So nobody talks. But if it's somebody else, maybe something happens. But the honest truth is the referees have been given this carte blanche uh, way of doing what they want. Even if the decision is atrocious, it's okay. It just depends who was beaten on that day. If it's somebody who is bigger than the other in an animal farm, it will be an issue. Sorry. If it happens against a team that maybe is less fancied, it's okay. Tomorrow is another day. You move on. Life must go on. And you are beginning to complain about chances and goals and penalties, and it becomes a mockery. Yet at that time, a decision that was wrong was never put to test with a VAR where everybody would see exactly what really happened. Because I so wish you can see what really happened. Because that's a big penalty. It can never get better than that. But no, there was nothing. And unfortunately, you have lost the match now. You are complaining about penalties. I was smelling.
Coach, maybe on something a bit different. You've worked with Shalulile for many years at Salams. I don't know if you're aware, today he became the all-time goal scorer in professional football. Maybe just, what can you say about this guy? We've heard a lot about his professionalism and that kind of thing. Just from the way you know him.
I was so happy for him. I was watching that game and I saw what happened. Not that dubious penalty, to be honest. Let's not lie here. It's another dubious penalty because I don't think that foul was inside the box. But I am very happy for Peter because Peter is deserving. He's deserving of anything that comes his way. And in fact, I'm going to call him this evening because I truly believe it's one boy that has gone through everything. Uh, one boy that hardly played in the World Cup, but he still fights for 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 what he believes in, and is the best professional I've ever worked with. Never any issues with Peter. Always focused, laser sharp in anything, and for him to become the highest scorer in our league, I think it's one of those things that you say maybe karma is saying this is the one because lifestyle, level of professionalism, when does he come to training, what does he do every day, he is the epitome of what professionalism is about.
Thank you so much for this. Thank you, Coach, for your time.